Hello everybody and good evening and welcome to another Component Cast show. Tonight brought to you from a slightly different location. I'm on a mobile setup today and as you can see there isn't an overlay around our webcams right now. I'm running on Captain Ghetto's setup today. There will be an overlay appearing at some point. I'm just still downloading it. At the same time, the stream hopefully will hold out. If it is a little less quality today, I do apologize. Been a bit of a rush around today, but we wanted to make sure we could bring you tonight's broadcast. And speaking of tonight's broadcast, Mikey, can you tell us what we're broadcasting tonight? What's going on?
So tonight we are playing Urban Jungle. It's made by Sanguine Productions. You can find them over on Drive2RPG for what has seemed to be a forever discount. Since we started playing this game back in September of last year, it has been heavily discounted, so you can get a print-to-order physical copy and a PDF there. And if you're wondering what our artist for the day is, our artist is the lovely Seven on Twitter. You can find them at www.twitter.com/NINKE99. They also did some art recently of a scene between Laura and Larence. So Laura and Lena. So if you want to take a look at that, maybe hit it or retweet.
Will that be going up on our Instagram at all? Because I think that would be really good on our Instagram. And just saying.
Perhaps.
It's a very, very... Speaking of which, you should all go follow us on Instagram. It is our newest and funnest source of content. Unlike a lot of our other socials, it has unique content 3 times a week, produced by myself and Mikey here. We're having a lot of fun doing it. We're doing things such as reviews, GMing tips, sharing art, character backstories. There's all sorts of stuff, so definitely go and check that out. But without further ado, I really hope that there's an intro queued up here. But if there's not, we'll go straight into it. But let me see if there's an intro for tonight's broadcast. No, there's not. Okay, so
alrighty,
Roach, over to you, buddy.
Right into the game. Come on, let's go. Snappy.
Yeah.
Make it quick.
Yeah. Just hold on. I had to get my notes up. Usually this is the time.
So anyway, I'll do the filler thing by bringing in the comedic jokes, just like the award ceremonies. Please don't slap me.
How about we do a recap while Roach finds his note? I'll do a recap.
Yeah, a recap would be.
I will keep everyone's partners' names out of my chuffing mouth and point out that the forever discount seems to be very much connected to DFS. It's like, DFS always has a sale.
Can you imagine if Drive2RPG is actually
UK, that's a furniture store.
It's a subsidiary
of DFS.
Can you imagine?
Yes, that tells you must get there to buy their furniture because it's on sale. You're never going to see the sale again because in 2 months' time they're going to have another sale, but they're not going to warn you about that. And they're saying the sale's going to end this month until they do another one next month. And then repeat ad nauseam.
But yeah,
who wants to give a recap?
I'll do a recap this week. I haven't done one in ages. So, last time, we set off on Operation... capture the bear in the act. I don't know. The plan was put into action, and we had the assault team go in via boat. Roman and Larence went down the river and firebombed the shit out of a brewery, probably killing many. Roman was
We live in hope.
hit and somehow wounded. He's not an immortal visage of death. He was wounded, and Larence heroically helped him back to the car when they scared off some thieves, but did get away. Meanwhile, with the fire burning across the city, Jack was sat in his office and got bored, decided to wander the house, and then promptly got twatted in the back of the head with a baseball bat. Because I didn't put any injury soaks on my character when I level up, I decided to go full bore into the charisma, thinking, you know what? I'm not going to be going into combat. I'm just going to be sitting on the sidelines, essentially as the producer of this show, and, just going to wait out until the end game at this point, I pulled the string because clearly Roach wanted me out the room so I could, because I was pointing a shotgun at that door. But, no. Yeah. Jack succumbed to a head wound, and we left it with him being blacked out. much as this void that we are currently faced in with our webcams. It's almost thematic. That everything is black and white and a void. It's like this has all been in Jack's mind theater, and the mind theater is currently closed for renovations because his head has been rearranged with a baseball bat. Anyway, I think that covers us.
I would just like to say that death did come for Roman, but got scared.
That's a good way of putting it.
I also love the fact that during that entire recap bit, there was an ethereal jazz band playing softly in the background of your microphone.
Oh, really?
Your microphone, yes.
Oh, it seems that that's the music that the stream can hear. Because I rebooted the PC, I forgot to put it not coming out of the laptop.
Yeah, so there's just that whole time there's like a jazz band going on. It's just barely under the surface. It was great.
Dear, we're
Oh, fantastic.
we are
Yeah,
fantastic.
There is
that
one
was-
thing that Team Bruiser need to do before we finish up. We were
Really?
supposed to call back to the Andrews estate before we got back to let them know that everything was going okay.
Well,
Yeah, but you got into a car first to escape because you
True.
had to. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Is you didn't have a chance to do so during that whole exfiltration part. So, just let me get my what I'm now going to call my resolution dice. I roll this anytime I need to make a decision that has a random outcome, just a big d20. And yeah, so
we are
we
no
go.
longer in the void.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, and you noticeably your sound quality got better on your mic because you
Did
weren't
it?
downloading anything
Good,
anymore.
good, yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. So yes, we left off with Jack Andrews being knocked out. But we won't pick up there. Instead, we'll pick up about a half hour to an hour earlier and in another location. So we did the whole sabotage, flashback, a little bit forward in time, flashback.
Jumping
Over to
Jack Flash.
over to near the old docking district, along a whole string of factories and old warehouses, where an old cannery sits. And two of our party are currently arriving to undertake their mission. Lena and Harry, what would you like to do?
I would like to retrieve Cat right this second,
Okay.
who's currently bugging me because he wants attention. So give me a sec. This dumbass doesn't know how to climb up onto chairs, but he's like, "Give me attention!" Oh, we can see a poke of his head. There we go. There you are. We're needing to sneak into the venue to establish this, put this recording in place, aren't we?
So set up.
So that's kind of priority number one.
So that we'll go do that first.
Okay. You just trying to do, are you doing very sneakily, or are you just going in and get everything set up ahead of time and then hungry?
Well,
Yeah,
I
we
think
went
we should.
early to make sure we got set up without.
Yeah, we're going in early, but I still want to do it sneakily.
Okay. All right then. If that's the case,
We're still
then-
breaking and entering effectively.
Yeah, we still shouldn't be there.
Roach, just
So-
a heads up, I'm going to be joining through a different laptop, connection, so you might need to release my character.
Well, it says you've connected, so let me know if you can get it or not when it comes up, and if it doesn't, then I'll go ahead and do so.
Okay.
But all right, if you're going to be sneaking in to try and get this set up without anybody noticing, I'm going to need a speed evasion check from whoever's taken the lead, and if anybody wants to aid, if the other wants to aid with it, the same check and try and get a success to add a d8 to whoever's making the primary check.
Speed evasion, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Stealth, I'd like to leverage first. I'd like to leverage to
I've
add in
got
stealth because,
too.
I mean, it's stealth.
Makes sense.
Okay, and then what are you adding to the equation?
Well, I can roll mine and give you an extra d8, but I just want to know what you've already got because I've got two d8.
If you're asking me, am I better at you than this in the dice terms? Yes. Harry is very min-maxed on stealth.
I will
3d8s.
give you a d8 then.
Okay.
Try it now, Midge.
Oh, I got one there on the d8, the additional d8.
It's all right. You got
Four successes.
4 successes, yes. So, luckily, you've all in a way, you've all broken into this building multiple times over the last month. You've been in here at least, I think, 4 separate times between the two of you. With that being the case, it's not hard. You have a entrance that you know you can get in and out of without being spotted too much, and you have an easy time getting in. It doesn't look to have been touched or really bothered since the last time you were here yesterday. Yesterday. So, you get in without too much trouble. What do you want to do? How are you wanting to go about your task?
I think we were gonna go set up the microphone above the manager's office because Lena would have brought her kit with her, and in that kit is a little hand drill because safes are a thing. So she could make a little hole, sort of, we can put the microphone through, and then Harry can actually do the setup of the microphone because he's a lot better than Lena is at it. And then she can go keep watch.
Right. Okay. So what would I do for checks on that? I guess since Lena is going to be taking lead on this specifically, and I'm going to say since Harry's keeping a watch, you have to do this by yourself. It's going to be a probably a mind. How am I gonna roll with this? Probably Minecraft would be how I'd roll it.
Can I leverage sabotage?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I also have sabotage as well.
Yeah, I could say sabotage would work with it. So yeah, Lena could weigh sabotage.
So Minecraft sabotage.
Yes.
Not very sneaky.
2. No, they're very sneaky. Now it's just the quality of the task. So yeah, Lena, you find a way to get kind of above the manager's office without too much trouble. It's while tall, there are plenty of old items to kind of get up on top of the roof. You encounter a little bit of an issue with the material resisting kind of your drill, not because of its hardness, but actually the opposite. Your drill is made to drill through metal, and having a soft material kind of gums it up. So you have to, do the thing where you reverse drill it and then go back down again, and then reverse it. You just kind of keep going at it. So it takes a bit of time to go through, but you finally kind of clear out the hole, and you have one that you believe is large enough that you can fit the microphone through for the recorder. Go ahead, just make a mind observation check for me, Lena, as well.
Three.
You real microphone and the receiver that your original position that you were going to put it into would have technically been seen from the opposite end of the warehouse, but given the fact that you noticed that beforehand, you position it slightly further away from the edge or the ledge, which you think, getting down on the level with it, any average sized beast isn't gonna see it, you expect. While that's going on,
Even with seeing as Lena has met the mayor,
Mhm.
does she think that he won't see either? Because she remembers he's very tall.
It's very tall. It'd be iffy. It'd be difficult. It's so far back at that point, it's starting to kind of blend into the wall against where it's nearby now, but it's possible.
Okay, I will let Harry know that when they come in, we have to be as low as possible.
Okay. You have that set up now. What is Harry doing during all this?
Right. Okay, so we're setting up the microphone was primary objective. What was objective number 2 again? It was get the picture, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Which we can't really do much to set up now.
no. And honestly, the picture is going to be sort of if we get the opportunity to.
Is there any way of setting up a place that you could sneakily take a picture of? That could be a thing I could do.
Make a mind observation check.
Three successes?
3 successes. There are a few places, potentially. When you say trying to take a picture, you mean somebody, like, you're not trying to do any type of remote picture taking, actually somebody triggering it and getting it all set up. There's maybe 2 places where there's a sufficient amount of refuse piled up that you could theoretically get a camera kind of in and a person in that wouldn't be seen. At least they wouldn't be seen just passively. The picture itself presents
Until you
other
take the
issues.
photo.
Yeah, picture itself presents other issues, but there are 2 places that it could be done.
So, once Lena's finished, so Harry, do you want me to stay with you, or do you want me to head outside and maybe see if I can get this photo?
Well, if you come over and have a butcher's over here, right? Get your old peepers down there. You see that pile of refuse over there? Look, I know you're a classy lady, but even a classy lady such as yourself's probably been in a sticky situation. But I reckon if you sneak your way in there, get yourself set up, you'll be in a good position for that photo. And I'll stick around here.
Well, okay.
Lena's
I
wearing
think I
her
should
stealth
go now.
suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we're both
you're
in-
wearing a cat suit right now. Okay.
I'm in a cat suit, and basically, I'm mostly hidden, so you can't even really tell I'm a rabbit.
Yeah, I'm in I'm in my sneaky outfit too. I also have one of those.
Yep. It's a lot bigger. Okay. Lena, if you're going to be setting up in this position, then it'll have to be a stealth check.
Speed,
have
evasion, stealth?
Speed, evasion, stealth if you have stealth.
I do, because I leveled up and got stealth. Because Harry told me some moves.
All right.
I'm just amazed that the professional thief has to learn things from the pickpocket.
It's a domain issue, you know. There's like things.
There's two very different needs in those jobs.
Yeah.
3.
3. Okay. Yeah, you're able to carve yourself a little. It's not like loose refuse. It's like a lot of like boxes and old containers and such kind of piled. So it's got some structure to it. So you're able to kind of get in and kind of carve out a little void space, where you've got a decent view out, not too far away from the manager's office, and also enough room for the camera. But again, it doesn't do anything to hide taking the photo, but you're able to be in there. You're able to be in there.
So I'm still in the canning factory.
Yes.
Right.
I assume that's what you were trying to do. If you were trying to do it outside, there'd be a lot more options. Looks like maybe we have some more technical issues on.
Midge is there. He's just walking around.
No, I meant.
He told me. He's good.
No, I meant. Looks like Red's got an issue. It's popped up. There was a big flash, like something came onto the screen very quickly, and then nothing. So, yeah, looks like that's going to be today. It's going to be today's thing.
Today is just technical issues. The technical issues of the stream.
Technical issues and
nothing
burned out minds.
Nothing happened on my end, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it's red. It's red.
We said red.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We know you're there, Midge. Don't worry. Your narcissistic ways are all right at the moment.
Yeah, I was. I'm monitoring things, but it actually requires me to stand up to do so. So I've got my camera off and putting you through headphones. Yeah.
That's fair.
No, what you're doing is you're recreating what Jack sees right now, and it's nothing. Darkness.
Yes.
Nothing.
Hello, darkness.
I'm
I
assuming.
don't know about you, but I see 4 lights.
She's gonna have to reboot, boys.
Okay.
Okay, I thought that's what was gonna happen. I thought that's what was happening.
Oh my God, Roach! I heard that.
Was that your neck?
That was
Yes.
his neck.
Nice.
Yeah,
Also,
I've been there.
How in
was
the
a deep one.
world is it that
Oh, lordy.
Rival's camera is and Roach's camera don't? Oh, actually, my camera must not move as well. My camera doesn't move either. I was just trying to. How have they not resized? It's because only someone from the bottom row has been removed now.
Yeah,
Discord have changed it again, and how it aligns cameras. Great.
That's because it's the power of my personality refuses to let me disappear.
You mean your ego?
Although you
Yes.
are currently sat in Red's location, it has moved you that way. But
All right, so Larence is now with Rival. Good to know.
Oh, I can have rabbit for lunch.
Oof. I've read enough Tennessee Williams
ooh.
to know that wasn't kosher in this period.
Nope.
So, since Red's not here right now,
Rival can translate.
yeah.
I wake up.
What does that have to do with translate?
So I actually right. Okay, this is going to be easier. I'm getting DMs from addicts asking about what's going on. So, to give an explanation to someone who's of a younger age, what's happened is we have this magical thing that you're seeing, Alex, called a layout. And for other people who want technical relations to why this is what it is, and it's set up for the camera places in Discord to be set up where they're meant to be. One person disconnects, it throws everyone off into a different pattern, rather than it being nice lines and rows, to now being one line, one row, and then one person in the middle, and that's why everyone's cameras are all in the wrong place.
It also means we have to commit to our Discord names when we start a campaign. We can't change it, because that means they'll make more.
I have to have
Midge
one.
have to have more work.
And me and Roach have to have one that go across campaign as well. We have to work across campaign, so we just can't change our Discord names ever on that server.
Nope.
There's great fun
Remains
things.
the same.
Must change Discord name.
I mean,
No,
I think I
don't.
did that. I think
Name.
Rival. I think the reason
Well,
that
we're getting
my
close.
name
You might be able
was
to.
changed was because Rival said, if you change your name to that, I'll give you 20 quid, and I did it. And then the next day when we started playing the game, Mitch was like, "Why is the cameras lined up?" And it's like, "Oh, I changed my name. That's why."
Yep. So.
Testing.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Testing.
I
Attention,
don't know what the
please.
problem was. You were here the whole time.
Yeah. Rival also apparently ate Lena for lunch, which wasn't cool, but she's now Rabbit Shanks.
Mustn't do anything with that line. Mustn't
So
do it.
what? So that's why we're moving on. So the question I posed to you before for something happened was: are you trying to hide inside of the building or outside of the building? Because if it's outside, there's more options.
I was gonna say outside, because if she takes a photo in the building, it's gonna flash really bright, and that she's not gonna have an escape route.
Right.
So it was more gonna be outside.
Okay. That wasn't conveyed to me, which is why I thought it was weird that you were going with that plan. But if it's outside, then you have more options, which lowered the DC of a few checks. Which, yeah, you're able to find a position. Actually, let me check the notes here. Find a position opposite on an opposite street in another kind of abandoned building. This might have been maybe an admin building for a warehouse or a factory nearby, or in the same block. But it's multi-story, and on the second story there is a row of windows, and get in and set up second floor, and have a fairly decent shot of the entrance and exit to the warehouse, or to the cannery.
Can I still see Harry through his window?
No, this it's not that. The cannery doesn't have like big bay windows or anything like that. It's a factory. It's got windows like on the top, tippity top, that let
Linux
light
on the bottom.
through. So it's you wouldn't have a view of Harry if you're outside of the building. There'd be very few places, and none of them would be good to take camera shots with. So you're basically trading. You either have to both be in the building together to have line of sight on each other, or you'll be separated at, if you want to have a position with the camera.
All right, let me just check. Utari, you okay with them splitting up? I think it's a better plan.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so she's going to go to the other building, and she might not take a photo. If she sees an opportunity, she'll take it. Like sort of another distraction, she'll just take the photo. If she doesn't, we've still got the tape, because that was always going to be the main thing.
Question: how much time do we have left before this thing's meant to kick off?
Roll a d20 for me.
13.
You got a little bit of time, maybe enough to do a few more tasks if need be, or to hide more if you wanted to, like, or get yourself in better positions. You could do so.
I forgot what I was gonna do. I was coin flipping there, and I forgot what I was gonna do for what. Hold on. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know what I'm doing now.
Backtrack your mind. Just like backtrack.
No. Okay. Greed is not overtaking me. No, I'm gonna set up like hiding position better. With like obviously the mic's set up, but I've got the recorder, so I want to like disguise it. Oh, there goes my cat. I'm gonna try and like hide it and disguise it a bit more. That's the girl. Like the boy was the one who I had earlier.
Okay, I was gonna say they can't get on a chair, but I can get up there.
No. She's clever. She's
Yeah,
smart.
no.
She's the one that can jump up with perfect ease. He's the one that's like, no, he's very adorable. He's not really a dumbass. He's just less confident because he's the runt over there.
So okay. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like disguise or hide it in some better way. The actual like recording machine part that I'm going to be
kind
set
of
by.
reinforce covers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and make, if that's gonna be make a mind. Make a Minecraft check.
Oh,
You can go ahead and leverage sabotage if you wanted.
thank you. No.
Okay. You give it a go. You're trying to find. Essentially, you're trying to disguise the recorder as more refuse. The problem you keep running into is by doing so, you also kind of call out that there's something on top of this room that shouldn't have anything on top of it. So you kind of go back and forth for a bit, like down, go across, like kind of like close, and go like, no, kind of. You do about 3 or 4 times for like, this isn't working, and then you finally take it all down and kind of go back to the old position where you just kind of pushed it back far enough from the ledge that the angles don't really work out. They'd have to be outside the building kind of to get a sight on it. And at that point, there's a wall in the way, so it works out better just to not do anything because you're not calling anything out. It doesn't mean that you are exposed, if any, in certain situations, but it's kind of a trade-off.
6 of one,
there.
half a dozen the other.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh no, someone's got a cat themselves.
Yeah, no, it's Duke. I don't know what it is, but he loves like messing with my like house shoes. And when I take them off, he just starts like digging into them and like wearing it as a hat and stuff. It's like, I don't know. He wears out the insides too, because he goes really hard at digging in them. I have to buy new pairs all the time. Okay, so you do that. Anything else Lena wants to do during the time in between?
I feel like I'm well hidden, don't I?
Did you actually make a stealth check?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did before. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
3
feel
successes.
you feel fairly well hidden.
All right, I'm gonna make like a bunny and stay as still as I can then.
Okay. All right, so maybe a couple of rolls here. You know, I found out in front of my like front porch area, we have hedges. Inside one of those hedges is a bunny and their babies that have been growing. Saw the first one actually out on its own or earlier yesterday in the morning. It's like a little tiny one.
I'm gonna need a photo if you have your phone on you.
Okay.
Okay, what was that for me to take a photo?
No, it's not gonna. You missed it.
No.
There's just
no.
cats flying everywhere in my room.
I got
so-
baby bunnies in my front yard. That,
Oh, baby bunnies.
yeah, that's like
Sorry, I was
Okay.
distracted by cat. Oh, there he goes again.
yeah.
So I thought it was in relation
It's a
to that.
hectic stream, people. It's almost like we spent a week off, but we didn't.
We got the zoomies tonight.
Yeah. So okay, I just made a couple of rolls. Actually, this last one, I want somebody to roll it. It's a luck check, so does anybody want to roll a d20 for me? Just
I'll do.
I've done it. 5.
okay.
That's concerning.
All right. So you've both set up in your positions, and now the waiting game starts. You have a general idea of when things will kick off, when this will be happening, and coordinated with the other team. So now you're just hoping at this point that it's all correct and that nothing's changed, no timetable has changed. Yeah, one of you would have a watch, so actually probably both of you would have a watch because it's the 20s, you carry something on you to kill time.
Well, I have
Uh,
one. No way.
Oh, yeah, you stole one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I sold it.
That's true.
I haven't got a watch. No, I'd have a cheap one.
Yeah, you'd have a cheap one. So you kind of, every so often, check your watch as time ticks by, closer and closer to kind of the middle guest time when Lena, you see, kind of pulling around a corner and into the street in front of the cannery are two cars. Colors are hard to distinguish in the darkness of the night, but they pull up in front of the cannery, and 4 individuals get out. They get out. They kind of group up in front of the door, and then the 2 cars pull away. They don't make a move to go inside of the building. Go ahead and make a mind observation check for me. Two. Okay. From what you can see, one individual strikes you as somewhat familiar. You've had one interaction with them before. Is a tall moose. He's kind of dressed with a long overcoat on, kind of dark like wool overcoat, and 3 other individuals kind of standing around. One of them talking, maybe looks to be in terms of 2 look to be like bodyguards, like keeping an eye out, while the one looks to be some equal or mid-level manager or something like that talking.
Is there anyone
with
else
him.
with antlers?
Not that you can see.
Fine.
And there's just they seem to be just having a discussion. You're pretty far away, so it'd be fairly difficult even for you to hear across there, especially open air city sounds kind of drowning that out. But they kind of wait for 5 or 10 minutes. And then one of the bodyguards goes to the door, opens it, and they kind of go in as a group, with one of the bodyguards staying outside near the door. Harry, you hear kind of in the quiet dankness of this warehouse, just nothing, sounds of maybe cars every so often in nearby streets, and then kind of echoing through this very empty empty building, just a click as the door opens. Though you can't see it from your position. Essentially, you're just laying on your back, a quarter next to you, like on this roof.
So I'm big back in the trenches.
Yeah. And
We've all seen the fox come out some dustbins.
but you hear the door kind of squeakily open, and a few individuals, multiple individuals, walk kind of into the open area, and make a mind observation check for me, please.
Uh-oh. One success.
So because of the way the sound in this open area kind of moves, it echoes, and it's large enough that the echo has a delayed time to come back. And it's like one of those, when you hear like something like off, what is it, like off tempo slightly over the original, it kind of like just becomes white noise to your mind. It's very hard to discern specifics. You catch like the beginning parts of sentences, but as soon as it starts getting into like the next couple of words, it just starts it just kind of like goes into it, and you can't really make anything out. You actually never met Mr. Turner. You weren't there. So a lower voice kind of begins talking. You catch the beginning part of a sentence going like talking. So when's he supposed to? Are you sure? And then it quiet after that is all you make out of the words. It's longer sentences, but you can't make out anything from there. Oh, and you hear the door to the manager's office open. And I'll say even with one success, you can hear it's just a singular individual walking in there. Maybe checking, like going into the room, just looking around and kind of standing while the other two talk. Lena. You stand next to your window, kind of looking out, in the shadow, watching this one individual as they stand guard at the door for quite a while. Goes on for another 20 minutes, probably, before just on the edge of your hearing, you hear vehicles coming down the road from the opposite direction that the ones originally came in. They don't stop in front of the building. They stop a little bit further away from the building. But you can see just at kind of the corner of your line of sight, they disgorge a number of individuals, and the vehicles kind of make a U-ey and turn down the road and leave. And then this group starts walking towards the building. A mind observation check for me, please.
Two.
Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I even have a warehouse soundscape. I don't think I do.
To be fair, it's going to be pretty quiet. It's pretty much going to be silence, isn't it?
Yeah, there's still like the city sounds and stuff, and never totally quiet in the city. 2 successes. It takes a bit for them to kind of collate into recognizable shapes and details. But when they get to the actual property limit of the warehouse and start walking towards the door, you make out a few you make out basically the group is 5 individuals. One of them is quite a large individual, a lot of bulk, tall, distinctive horns, definitely a bull. And as you get closer, you can tell by his suit and general, not even his, I would say you got 2 successes. The thing that takes the longest to kind of get over is the fact that his demeanor is completely different than what you've seen before. It is the mayor, but he's totally serious. Is totally serious. He's not being bombastic. He's not being outwardly trying to, get people to like him or playing up the press or anything. He's totally serious, very subdued individual as they walk down the road. Unlike the other group, Miss Turner's group, all of the individuals with the mayor seem to be bodyguards. None of them seem to be like a lieutenant or anything else. Just him and 4 other individuals protecting him.
Antlers?
2 successes. Check here. Not that you see.
Right, okay.
Not that you see. And walks down. When he gets close to the door, there's kind of a little exchange. You can't hear it between the doorman and the 5 individuals. The mayor and 2 others, or 2 bodyguards, enter with him, and 3 are in the other 2 stay outside.
There isn't a coyote there either, is there? Bit of either group.
There's a what? Sorry.
Coyote.
Not that you see. It's hard to make out species. It's dark. You can kind of just generally, like, unless there's a very distinctive feature, or you're specifically looking for something like very specific, it's very hard to tell.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So, cutting back. Harry. Just a low conversation kind of just going on for a bit. Individual below you kind of shuffling about on the kind of dirty floor. That's kind of what you hear for a while until, once again, echoing through the warehouse, you hear the door squeak open slowly, and of footsteps coming into the building. 3 distinct footfalls that you hear. The one of them is a lot larger than the other 2. And there's no words of like hello or greeting or anything between the 2 groups. Just you hear one group enter, the one with the larger footfalls, and start moving their way towards the mayor's office. Or not the mayor's office, the manager's office. And the group that was kind of standing in the middle of the floor start making their way to the manager's office as well, kind of unspokenly. And they group up, they kind of like enter, and there's a long period of silence. What do you do, by the way, before this? They've all gathered into the room.
Once people have started going into the manager's office, that's when I'm going to start recording.
Okay. Then I'm going to need you to make I think what we did before was a mind observation check, right? Yeah, it was a mind observation check, but you get an extra D8 automatically on top here.
Three successes.
3 successes. I also want you to make a speed evasion check. You can weigh stealth plus a D8.
Three successes.
3 successes, 3 and 3. Okay. So you kind of roll over slightly, kind of trigger the machine, get it started up. There's that. You drop the head into place, and the motor starts spinning up a little bit, but it's not that loud. It's enough that it's not enough that it wouldn't be heard over the general noise floor of this ambient warehouse. And you start hearing a conversation below you. Because I will say, because your mind observation check was good enough that you also can hear this. So even though Harry doesn't know who's talking, I'm going to use the descriptor. I'm going to use the descriptors so that it's a bit easier to follow. So the voice of Mr. Turner kind of chimes in, makes a half cough. Waits a second. So, what do you want to talk about? The mayor comes back. Well, we need to talk about what's happening right now and payment. Turner comes back. I thought we were already pretty well agreed upon what we were paying each other. Don't think there was any renegotiation terms. Mayor comes back. Well, things change. Now that you've got that damn tiger looking every which way. We've had issues. Turner comes back. Well, can hardly say that's my fault. I'm not the one who antagonized him like that damn deer you brought in. Mayor comes back. That was a mistake. But wouldn't have needed to be done if you had done your job cleanly. A little bit more agitated, Turner comes back. I did my job cleanly. We had an agreement. The two we agreed upon were dead. Didn't say anything. The three we agreed upon are dead. didn't say anything about the tiger. Kind of a loud sigh. Mayor comes back. I hired you because you had initiative. Doesn't take a genius to see it would have become a problem, or at least I didn't think it would. Turner kind of can hear a walking around, kind of a reshuffling of feet, and then kind of like changing position. All right, so what did you want to renegotiate? What do we want to talk about here? Mayor comes back. Well, I'm thinking since you got most of the financial benefits out of this whole deal, maybe an extra 20%. There's just like a long pause. Just a longer pause. God damn it, Mitch. I think I misheard you. Did you say 20? Yeah, I said 20. If I'm giving you that much, I gotta have more on my end. Mayor kind of lets out a low chuckle. I think not turning you in is a good payment. Turner comes back. I don't think you understand how deep you're in. If you turn me in, what guarantees do you have that I won't say anything? Mayor just comes back. Who says you'll ever get to say anything? Another low pause. Pause there for a second.
You are muted, Midge, if you're saying anything.
Yeah, no, he knows.
Hence the mime. That's, you know.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
It's the joke.
I have to be our Sam Riegel even when I can't talk.
All right, Mayor. I'll give you an extra 15. But you've got to make... You got to make my job a lot easier. All right. What do you want? Alderman's got to go. You need to put organized crime on the wheelwrights. Make them look the other way from me. And once we do that, I'm willing to do all the business we agreed upon with an extra 15 for you. Mayor kind of takes a minute, thinks that over. You know, Turner, I thought you were going to ask for that. I don't think you're going to have to worry about it. By the end of the night, should be dealt with.
The question is, which tiger, Alderman? Which
tiger?
one?
Which one?
Which one? There's two, and I got one into some serious doo-doo.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Completely
He's a
inexplicably.
Tiger Alderman is the
managed to-
equivalent to John Smith. in
Yeah.
this world.
Apparently.
Yeah.
His litter box was a real trouble getting clean.
All right. So Turner comes back. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully that gets dealt with quietly. Or I guess quietly for us. There he goes back. It should. I had somebody that could knows the layout. God damn it, it's the muted people that's getting me here. All right then. Is there anything else you needed to talk about or squeeze out of me? Let me just think for a second. No, I think that's it. Make sure you have your people ready to go at the airport next week. We'll get them down where they need to go. Get this whole thing started. Turner kind of starts walking towards the door. I'll be ready with my end. You make sure you're ready. Door opens, and they all start shuffling out. Just gonna make a couple of checks here.
That coyote.
Okay, that's
I'm
interesting.
surprised that bloody coyote can hit that hard. That's
Well, it's because you were so unaware. Was the problem there? If you'd made like one or two more checks, I think you would have survived that. I think
You know, most normal people, when hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat, will immediately
They
be
go
knocked
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. It's just like the height thing, trying to, this angle.
Listen, Midge, I would offer to be your test subject, but I don't want you to put your arms through that amount of stress.
So they all start shuffling out of the room. As kind of like a group, they move towards the exit. Lena. You see the group exit, Mr. Turner and the mayor exit out of the building. And they both kind of they stand near each other, but like not next to each other for a while, as if they're waiting for something. Like their rides. Come and pick them up. And this goes on for a while as you're just kind of watching from the sidelines. And looks like the mayor kind of strikes up a conversation. Or maybe a one-way conversation. It goes back and forth for a while. Again, it's very far away, so you can't really hear it. And it ends with the mayor extending his hand towards Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner looking back at the mayor and kind of looking at his hand. And as Mr. Turner goes to shake the mayor's hand, because I tell you guys, the amount of dice that have gone in your way this game.
Fuck you. I say yes.
I've saved your asses so many times.
Oh yeah,
Fuck you,
save me
dice
for
say
some
yes.
pretty fucking bad rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fuck you, dice say yes. That's essentially what this discussion is.
Just as the hands almost clasp, there is a massive explosion.
Taking
and
the photo!
flash. Fucking natural 20 on that luck roll, you son of a bitch.
I am one lucky bunny.
Yeah, so Lena, you hear like a low rumble in the distance with your rabbit hearing, and just before the big crack happens, and a little flash from off in the distance. You don't see what it's making it, but immediate picture is taken.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Your sacrifice has not been in vain.
Just an immediate click, and picture
Roman's throwing arm
is
will never be the same again.
immediate picture taken, and then you just duck back. Yeah, duck back, and essentially for you two, nothing really changes for either of you for another 10 minutes before you hear engines get closer, stop, start up again, and then get quieter and quieter as they leave.
I give it 5 minutes, then leave and go and find Harry.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that as well, giving it another 5 minutes first, and then sneaking out.
Did you
Give
hear
it a
that
5.
explosion?
Oh, did we actually meet up? I didn't have to roll for it.
No, I'd say you both are professionals. You would have a play. You'd have a pre-planned meeting.
He was
placed.
also in the... Well, he was in the war. He'd know an explosion sounded like.
Yeah.
Difference.
Yeah, I
too
totally
well.
know.
All
Yeah.
too well.
Too well.
Yes.
Too well.
Yes.
We should call
I'm
the
not.
Alderman.
I'm not hiding. I'm just shell
You
shocked.
should call the Ottoman. Yeah, let's try that one.
Ring ring.
Does Harry tell her anything?
Yeah. He's like, so we've got the recording, and seems they've definitely been doing business. The Turners want organised crime to look at the other gangs, so they're not looking at him. But on top of that, they're wanting to deal with one of the aldermen, Tiger.
Alderman? Oh no.
Well, now hear me out, right? I know that there's another one that I may have dobbed in it on an earlier job.
Yes, but...
So I'm not sure if it's
our
ours or
Alderman,
him or...
Turner knew our Alderman. He was in the room on the said loose luck.
Yeah, they're saying that he's been a bit of a problem and they want him dealt with. And the mayor's assured it's been done by the end of tonight.
By the end of tonight?
By the end of tonight. So I think we need to make a telephone call and proper sharp, if you like.
We need to call them and then to call a taxi. Because I don't think we can run that quickly. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I really hope that the coyote didn't bring a car and he's trying to use the shit one outside.
Didn't hear car pull up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
He
Andrew
didn't
hear
hear
anything.
or see anything.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
He didn't hear or see anything.
Didn't
God
see,
damn
didn't see a book on my bookcase. Like,
Yeah, he's that blind.
To be fair, that's happened to all of us. Where you go past a book or something you're looking for like 3 times, and you're like,
Oh, 100%. I do it work all the time.
maybe
I
I've
get
got
number blind, as I call it.
cataracts.
How fucking dare you? Can you take away XP from him? Can you do that?
Well, I haven't leveled up because
Alderman's dead.
I'm
Alderman's
yeah,
dead.
I'm bleeding out. Like,
He's dead, Jim.
Rocks fall, the Aldermans die. End of the
Rocks
campaign.
fall, the
See you
Alderman's
guys
dead.
later. See you guys
as
next
long as the
week.
coyote
Bye.
gets crushed with me.
Join us for our next campaign next week.
So, okay, I've been rolling some dice here. Jack, Mr. Andrews.
You are dead.
How does that feel?
A long tunnel, light at the end of it. No.
Music is way too jazzy for that.
No, this is perfect for
I don't
it,
know.
'cause, yeah, it's perfect.
The afterlife might be pretty jazz.
Who knows?
Long tunnel with a light at the end of it, and all he can hear is Roman's voice in his ears. Turn the fuck around.
I swear
I
to
did-
God, boy.
I didn't put you there. Turn around.
You're gonna tank my percentages.
I can't have a bad review on Yelp.
And then from the light, he hears a booming voice. Turn around, Alderman. I don't want to piss off Roman.
Oh shit! You
So-
were being bodyguarded by a Roman? Ah! Hold on. That's Satan. Yeah. You know that deal we made to get that
Hey,
guy off
hey,
our
Dad.
back?
Yeah, Death. I'm gonna need you to stop.
So,
It's German. We have a code red. Code red. Do not let the tiger in.
So, yeah, Andrews, you have a splitting headache,
Literally.
and for a second, you kind of lost track of where you are, when it is. It must be late because it's very dark. You can't see anything. And why is it so musty? And then you realize it's not dark.
I'm in the trunk
You
of
have
the car.
something. You have something over your head,
Oh.
and you kind of like feel around a bit. Your hands are tied, but not together.
Okay.
They're on what feel to be maybe the arms of a chair.
Mm.
And try moving your legs, and your ankles are also tied to, it's probably the legs of a chair.
Okay.
Make a mind observation check for me.
No.
Ain't happening.
Nuh-uh.
These is not a skill I have.
Hey, success.
Where were you last week? There we go. Done.
Where are you?
If there's
Where
one,
were you
if
when I
there's
needed
one
you
reason, if there's one reason to succeed, it's having been attacked already.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Where were
That's-
you when
that's
I
me.
needed
I'm
you
out.
most? He says to his D4.
So,
When life gives you crocodiles, make Gatorade.
Done. Yep. That's me done.
yep. So,
That wouldn't work though.
you
That's the joke.
Oh, sorry.
That's
you
the joke.
kind of quiet for a second and then listen. You're definitely somewhere outside of the city. You don't hear the sound that you've become used to of the general
Mm-hmm.
city. Either outside of the city or you're someplace that's soundproofed.
Oh, that's worse, I think.
That's either or. Just because there's no external ambience that you're getting. Kind of feel around with your foot a little bit, like against the floor. Smooth, it's hard. Doesn't seem to be any seams or anything in there, so it might be concrete or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chair's wood.
Okay.
Hear creak, kind of, if you put a lot of pressure to it. It's just quiet. Off in the distance, you hear like a little drip, drip, drip,
Okay.
drip. Kind of to your right, maybe 7 or 10 feet away. What would you like to do?
Is the thing covering my head at all see-through?
It's very opaque.
Okay.
You can get a little bit, but not a lot. It's not uniform in its construction.
Okay. And do I get the impression that there's anyone in the room? At all?
With a 2 success? No. With a 2 success and you being black bagged? No.
Okay. I want to... So, are my feet flat on the ground?
Yeah.
I want to put my body weight forward onto my feet, so I take take the chair up underneath me, and then I'm gonna
Kind of like turtle it.
yeah, I'm gonna turtle it, and then I'm gonna jump backwards and slam and try and use my body weight to break the chair.
Try and break the chair. Okay.
And I'd
Cool.
really like to weigh one of my combat fighting styles, which is over bear, which is all about getting your entire body weight on someone to overshadow any of their more dexterous. I want to just go right back to the old wrestling club days, kind of,
Right.
to try
I
and
will
damage
say
this chair.
I will say you can do that if you make a I'll say a body fighting check.
Body fighting, okay. That's a 6 and a 2.
Well, it's a chair, so you succeed. So go ahead and roll your overbear.
That's should be coming up. That's 3 successes.
Right.
You rolled another 4 on the D4, Midge.
I saw. I'm very aware.
I'm looking at Midge's character sheet, and I've just realized how mediocre of a character you are in a lot of skills. It's
Oh gosh,
it's
yeah.
actually
Have a lot of
it's actually
D4s.
horrible.
Mediocre.
So I was set up to keep talking, and that is it.
You're not even that good at talking. You're
I've got a D10.
You can lie very well.
I can lie and I can bribe. But the thing is, I can add like 3 D12s to a lot of talking checks.
That's true.
I got a lot of
That's true.
utility talking.
Yeah, the thing that's hurting you the most is the fact that your tiger species is a D4. So almost all this. So you're not a great tiger.
No, that was his whole
that's
thing.
where you put your D4.
Yeah,
Ah.
I put it in my species.
I put it in
Yeah.
my speed and then immediately increased it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you kind of like you get up on your feet a little bit, and then you kind of brace yourself because there's no way you're doing this and not hurting yourself.
Nope.
Too. This is you're doing this. You're putting your weight behind it, and if this doesn't work, it's hurting you, and if it does work, it's still hurting you, just less.
Yeah.
At this point. And kind of just so you just got to do that thing where it's like trust fall. You just got to give in. You can't half-ass it. You got to just
ragdoll.
you just got to go. You just got to go. You just got to go. Any hesitation, it'll hurt more.
The chair is stronger than my spine. Let's hope. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Or your spine's stronger than the chair, you mean? Because you want the
Sure.
You want the spine to last, the chair not.
Yeah, the chair's not that important. So you go put your body weight in it, and kind of like you get a little air as you jump back, and the chair. I mean, it's a wooden chair. It's a wooden chair, and you are a large tiger who's in fairly good shape. Like even if your stats don't say that, but you have a fairly good.
I'm in good shape.
Body.
I'm in good shape. I'm just bad at like my natural tigerness. Is the thing I went in.
Oh, you only have a body of 6 too. It's
Six body. He's like,
I'm a
he's
6 in everything, bro.
You're all right.
Except for my will.
Sinewy. You're sinewy. You got it. But yeah, you got a lot of mass hitting, and just kind of it cracks, and there's that like half second of resistance before it gives, and then you hit the ground too. Which, hey, you found out it definitely is concrete.
Nice.
It's definitely concrete.
Oh, I'm in a basement. Nice.
Just
Oh, hold on, my internet just dropped.
and you got
Oh,
exactly
okay.
the headache's worse. Yeah. So you definitely your headache's worse, and you just kind of like lay there for a second. It's just like, ow. Just pain. Before you realize, oh, okay, this arm's free, that arm's free, legs are free. They're free, but they're still tied to, at least both your hands are tied to the chair arms. It's the way they broke. You'd have to kind of they're behind the brace, so you'd have to like wiggle them out of there. Your legs are totally free though, because of the way
Okay.
that chair.
Sure.
Yeah.
like those weapons, the ones that you hold, like the.
Yeah, so basically you just have wood paddles like
I
tied to your head.
think that kind of works. I was gonna say, could I? Well, I'm gonna try and untie myself now. If no, bag off the head first. Bag off the head first.
All right, great. So I was waiting for. I wasn't gonna say anything because it would just be funny if you tried to escape and it's just like you hit the floor because you can't, or you hit the wall because you can't see. No,
Yeah.
take the bag off. Take the bag off, and what you were greeted with is, hey, here's the reason you couldn't see through the bag. It's pitch black in here, and you definitely know it's in here because of the acoustics of what just happened. You were in a room. You're in a room. There's concrete floor with a trough, maybe. You hear the dripping, and you see it kind of like in a shadowy, like with your tiger eyes. You can see just like a shape, like a low shape built into the floor where the dripping's emanating from.
Okay. It's not like someone making bathtub gin in here. I'm not gonna go up in a distillery, am I?
Maybe.
Can't see.
Okay.
But it's
well,
dark.
I'm gonna untie my hands now. And
Oh
I
no, that
want-
would smell.
I
You'd
also
smell
want
that.
to try and find the biggest bit of the chair that's left to carry as a club.
I'd say the one that you could use as a weapon would probably be like one of the chair legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's fine.
Yeah, one of the chair legs. You kind of like. You know, it's less a club and more like a blackjack. at
Yeah,
that point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
think the stats for in the book are one of the only.
There is the
weapons-
blackjack. Yes.
There is, and it's one of the only weapons that uses willpower in it, so I'm okay with that. Don't you have a decent die
I'll
in
allow
that?
I'll allow it. Okay.
Okay.
So you kind of like this little swing, and okay,
and then-
and you're standing up. You can hear it again, just off in the corners. Drip, drip, drip.
Now it's break time.
Okay.
Is it break time?
Yeah,
It
we
is
are at
5
break
minutes
time.
We're over, yeah.
Yeah. Then take a break.
Right. So as Jack picks up a chair leg to defend himself with, we're going to go to our midpoint break. Join us in 5 to 10 minutes time, where we will be continuing tonight's broadcast. Until then, we will see you in a moment. and welcome back, everybody, to tonight's broadcast. We left off with Jack in what might be a bathroom or a basement, tied up, and left for the rats. So, back on over to this, I think.
Yeah. So, you just got yourself a chair leg, and you're standing inside of a dark room, surrounded by darkness. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and feel for a door. Like, find a wall, and then just feel around.
Okay.
Cats
Right.
See in the dark? I think that's a common misconception. I don't think they can.
They can kind of see, they can go a little, I think they have slightly, they can go into the ultraviolet, like a little bit. So they have a little bit of that, but actually it's their whiskers that helps them, like, move around in the dark a lot, because it helps them kind of orient, not hit things. But you kind of pat around a little bit around the walls. It's very smooth walls, tile, maybe. I go there, and you hit like an odd shape on the wall, like a little, like maybe rectangle with the dial in the middle of it.
Rectangle with a dial. Am I in a crematorium?
Didn't expect to be in a D&D dungeon in this campaign, did you?
Has the dial stuck
Just wait
to
till we
my
get to the
hand?
cipher puzzle. This is a what?
Has the dial stuck to my hand and has now got a teeth and tongue protruding?
No.
It's not a mimic, cool.
Not a mimic, no.
Okay, I'm gonna go right up to the dial. Do I see numbers on it?
I'm like, it's hard to tell. There is writing, but you're not sure. There's like no light.
I'm either in a fridge, an oven, or somebody's got central heating. Okay, I don't think this is what I want, but okay. I don't want to move the dial. I don't want to move the dial, even if it's a light switch. Is this a light switch? Am I being an idiot? Okay, leaving the dial for now. I'm gonna keep going around the walls.
Okay, you're gonna keep going. Okay.
Jack's paranoia levels are like.
All right, mind observation check, please.
Yeah, no, we've taken a break now. I'm gonna guess that these have reset. Forgot what we were playing. Hell yeah, that's a 1. Please, no 1. Ooh, okay.
Trip over a bucket.
You keep feeling around. Okay, you get to a corner. There's a corner of 2 right there. That's good. Corner. It's good. So you're kind of mapping out the room. It's a very long one wall there. You got the dripping in that other side.
Oh, I'm in a shower block.
Yeah. Gotta keep going
I'm
down.
in a shower
And
block.
there's another wall. So you kind of like feel that, and then it ends just in the middle of the room. And then
I'm in a shower block. Okay.
and you kind of go down. It's like, yeah, that's like there was a, like almost, it's like a U, and then it goes back in. You kind of keep going along there, and you find another dial. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in a shower block now. Okay. So if I'm going around the estate, can I try and go over to a different wall that doesn't feel like it's tiled? I want to, like, okay, I'm feeling shower blockness, and I know in the old style they're like freestanding in the middle of a room kind of thing. So I kind of, it depends if they're like in a maze formation. Right, what do I have in my pockets? Let's check my pockets.
You have 50 feet of hemp rope, a torch.
No, according to this, I've got more campaign buttons and some reading glasses.
Campaign button, reading glass. Yes, that's true.
Oh, I've got.
Yeah,
a
you didn't
pistol.
No,
I don't.
Actually, if you
No, I
if
don't.
you check your pockets, you have nothing.
Cool.
Your wallet is also gone.
Okay.
Bastard.
I don't think I was carrying my wallet. I was in a dressing gown in my home.
Somehow you're in a suit now.
Oh,
Okay, you're
They
you're in a
dressed
dressing
me.
gown. Yeah, you don't have you don't have anything
Yeah, it's
on you.
I didn't think I did.
You still have your blackjack.
my fucking.
Jack has his blackjack, and
It's my chair leg. It's my
yeah, your
plus
chair
one
leg.
chair leg.
You go like you get to that kind of figure out. You think you kind of know where you are, and you take a 180 and walk in a direction. He said, "Walk."
If I don't think I'm in a U, and I'm just gonna go straight to the other showers or where I originally was, I'm gonna just try and go
180. 180 cross, and you. I need you to make a speed athletics check.
through. Oh God. I don't have athletics, so
Well, now you just roll speed.
it's a 3.
Okay, you trip on a lip
Oh,
that in the middle of the floor.
my poor knees.
Called it.
It's a little lip. It's not like a big lip. It's a little rise. Just a little tiny rise. It's kind of like you do that step thing. But you're still in like a void. There's no light.
Can I meta him a bit?
Depends on how meta you're gonna get.
Find a wall, map the root size and shape of the room out from the wall.
I already kind of was, but it's a wall in the middle of the room, and I'm trying to find an actual wall. That's the thing.
Then you walk to the end of the wall. You don't do 180.
You already
Yeah, I've done
hand
that
us
now.
left the chess piece.
Yeah.
So now you're in a void. You've gone over a lip. The dripping is definitely further away from you now. Like there's an intervening piece of terrain or something that's blocking the sound a little bit.
Okay.
The fact that I have a rough sketch of this in front of me and I'm tracking your bumbling,
Gonna go 90 degrees, or like turn to my left.
Okay, 90 degrees left, right. What is
left. So if I've gone, so basically,
Who's left?
Yeah.
Okay, 90 degrees left. You start.
I'm also preparing myself for the ledge again in case I come off of it.
Okay, 90 degrees left. Start moving. I'm gonna say you're also using the blackjack as a way of trying to feel like a little bit in front.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
You hit something. And 90 degrees left. You start walking, and blackjack hit something. It wasn't that loud, but it's like maybe a slight metallic
A locker.
sound to it.
A locker.
You feel forward. It's like a smooth, cold metal.
Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
Small door.
I'm in like a gym.
There's a
bathroom.
dial on it.
Oh, what? A small door with a dial? Yeah, it's a locker. Okay. I'm in a gymnasium bathroom of some sort, or like.
You're in Tricogha, you.
Oh God, I'm in the accidentally. Did I just get really drunk and end up in the university locker room?
I mean,
It's a
maybe.
flashback. It's a flashback.
It's a flashback to being. Was it?
To your
was it
pledge
called-
week.
This is a dream.
Or
This
it's
is
a
pledge
flashback
week.
to like winning state with the wrestling team, and like you don't remember most of that weekend, but you remember waking up in the gym room for some reason.
But
Yeah,
that's-
gym room tied to a chair.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it was
hazing.
the only way to
That's
stop him
hazing.
from drinking.
It's hazy. Yeah,
It was,
pledge
it
week.
was the only way to stop him from drinking, man. You know, that was it.
But yeah, you feel a locker in front of you, like a locker door, and it's a wall of lockers, from what you can tell. and you kind of go to one side, and you feel it touch tile on its furthest one end. You keep going to the other end. Keep going. And then it kind of like ends. There's nothing for a bit, and then a wall. Make a mind observation check for me.
Oh dear. No.
There was 3 options of who would be in this section, and you were the worst one it could have been because of your stats.
Hey, 2 successes.
Hey, great! You actually succeed in finding a light switch.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay.
It literally
Switches
required
it on and Freddy's
one
been following you
success.
the entire time.
It literally required 1 success, and you haven't been able to do it when you were near a
Freddy's
light
just
switch.
sitting in the corner of the room watching you do this, just like you are bumbling buffoon. What the fuck?
You're just like touching. What? Oh, it's a switch.
Okay. Flick the switch.
You shock yourself, you're dead.
There's a little like it's that it's that delayed thing. Like they're not actually used to being on. There's a little bit, and what you see around you is the light. It's very like it's a low, dim light. These are old bulbs, even for like this day and age. Like they're that like very dim reddish yellow kind of bulb, like very old. And what you see around you is there's these lockers in front of you are kind of like a red color, small benches in front of them. You look over, tiles are a little old, kind of a little grody around the grout. And you kind of like look around. It's not a large area. It seems to be a combination shower where you were at. You can see where you were at before.
Yeah, there's a dead
you were in
chair
the middle. Yeah, you were in the middle of a small shower block. It wasn't that big. There was like 2 rows of shower stalls. There's only about 8 there. You see the dials were hot and cold. And there was a pulley in the center that would start the water. And I was waiting for that. just in the middle of the turn on the thing and just cold water.
Wow.
But you kind of look around. All the lockers are red. There's locker wall, a center row of lockers with like a center wall with 2 sides of lockers, and then another opposite wall with lockers. And then you kind of like look over, and then on the opposite side you see a door.
Do I recognize this room at all? Like, because I'm born and bred Tricogha. Like, I probably went to school here. I went to university here. Like, is there anything that, like, especially as I was probably involved in sports growing up, does this ring any bells? Especially like with the red color.
You kind of like look around a bit, trying to see what's going on here. You realize this would be very small for like a gymnasium. It's only like 8 shower heads.
Okay.
It's maybe 20 maybe 25 lockers in total. It's very small. This was like a gym. It would be maybe a third larger at a minimum for like a city school. So it does definitely small for what you think. The red doesn't really click for you. The Tricogha city colors is like a navy blue. So that doesn't really.
Well, I'm gonna go for that door. I'm guessing it's locked.
Go to the door, and it's one of those doors that's a wooden door, but like the whole top section is that
Glass panel.
yeah, but it's that foggy. It's like
Yeah,
the pre-fogged glass.
yep.
There is, and it looks like there was writing on it at one point. Because you can see like the outline of some of the letters.
Okay, what can I read it?
I mean, yeah, you.
Yeah, it says repent all who enter here.
Or is it backwards to be, and that too much for
Well,
me?
it would be. It would be backwards. It would be backwards. But I'll get you the actual. I'll get you the letters. Because you're not an idiot, so you would.
Yeah, I have a D6 in
You would be-
academics.
Yeah. It's H, missing letter, L, missing letter, R, E, Y.
H, missing letter, L, missing letter, R, E, Y.
Yeah. And then below that, it has F, missing letter, E, missing letter, or F, missing letter, E, space, next word, missing letter, E, P, missing letter, M.
Go again.
Missing-
Sorry, I lost where I was typing that. I thought that was it, so I was comparing it with something. Go from that line again.
Starting from that line, F, missing letter, E, new word, missing letter, E.
Something fire department.
Yeah, I didn't get to the end of that, but yeah, it was EP, missing letter, M, E, missing letter.
Okay, so Hilfrey Fire Department. Okay. I am in a fire department. That makes the red make sense. Does the Hillary?
Make a mind academics check.
Yeah, cool. I was gonna say, does it ring a bell? It's 2 successes.
2 successes. Hey, you succeed. There is a small town about 2 hours.
Oh my god, I've been out cold for a while.
2 hours west of the town, or of Tricogha, known as Hilltray. It isn't a ghost town, but essentially it was a brewery town. It was built around a brewery, and once that kind of got shut down, they weren't able to like convert to like near beer or any of the other like alternatives. They kind of went out of business, and the town kind of dried up, so to say.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of people there anymore, so it's
Right, I'm gonna
fairly,
try the
fairly
door.
dead. It opens.
Cool. My captors were not smart.
You've
Wait,
been out for 2 hours.
now that-
so,
no-
I mean-
Yeah, I mean, wait. The lights are on now. This is a fire department. That room, the locker room. There's not an axe or anything, is there?
Not that you've seen. No, there isn't. There
I
isn't.
want to
an
upgrade my
axe.
chair leg. The plus
No,
one
you-
leg of chairing
you-
is.
You found the light
yeah.
switch, and now you've also found a red herb. Okay, let's get that and an axe. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. Is the hallway dark?
I'm like, look out in the hallway. It's dark, but not because the lights are off. It's because there's it's like 1 in every 4 fixtures has a light in
Okay.
it. You got kind of lucky in the locker room that it had lights, though they were very old. So it's like, yeah, it's like there's a lot of shadowy areas in between a fixture or two.
Okay, I'm gonna start looking for a way out. I need to try and get out of here and try and find a payphone. Oh, I haven't got money on me. That's not collect call to my own home. Is that gonna work?
You're receiving a collect call from. Help me! I'm lost. I've been taken. Help me! I'm lost. Would you like to take the charges?
No,
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I'm in charge now.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get out of this building. I'm looking for windows.
For the younger
and-
kids out there, the collect call was when was a payphone function that you could have the person you sent the call to pay it, and it was an easy way of getting around paying for it, is just saying what you needed. It's like, hey mom, I'm at the mall. Could you come get me? Would you like to accept the charges? No. Okay, I gotta go get the kid. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm old. So. You start sneaking. Trying to find a way out.
No, I'm not sneaking. I'm fucking running.
Oh, you're running? You're not even trying to sneak at all.
Nah, not at this point. I don't think so.
Uh,
I think I just got to try and find a window, smash it, and go. Here's the thing. I know I was like in a locked room in the dark. I did make a lot of noise. Like at the same time, I feel like adrenaline is just setting in. I don't think Jack would try and sneak. He's not. He's a large white tiger. Like he's
Large white
Wearing
tiger
a bathrobe.
wearing
a bathrobe,
with a
no
chair leg.
shoes.
Yeah,
No
it's just
shoes. It's
one
the
slipper,
clapping of
like
bare feet on the
just
Yeah.
on
the
floor.
paw print.
Yeah, this is abandoned building. Like this hasn't been used for its intended purpose in a long time, so it's got there's like just a lot of debris kind of scattered around and like up against the wall. There's like, planks and stuff, bits and pieces of like furniture that weren't worth like taking out or were kind of in storage and then just kind of left there. Kind of stuff. You could go down a hallway and you get to the end of the hallway and there's a window. You look out the window, you're definitely on the 3rd story of a building.
Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Bollocks.
You look out, you can see there's a street light, and you can see like street light outside, and you can see like a country, like small town kind of like main road, or
I'm out
like
in
main.
the boonies in a bathrobe. Well, it's a bathrobe and nightwear. I wasn't in the bath yet, so.
But you
I
like, yeah, you
think-
look on both sides.
Double check.
Yeah, no,
Think
yeah.
strict.
But you kind of.
Roach is gone. He did.
Okay. I was wondering if that was me or Roach. I wasn't sure.
No,
then.
that's Roach. He's dead.
That's
Roach.
That man is dead.
There we go.
There he is.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Definitely, this is like main street of a small town.
Okay.
That you can see. You're definitely you're on the
any
like,
lights
3rd
on
story
in
of
other
a
buildings?
You're looking down a ways. Maybe could be some maybe some like residential. Maybe you're not sure. It's hard because basically the window is closed.
Okay.
And there's-
I've got to
doesn't
get
seem
out
to
of
be
this
like a-
building first. So
Yeah, this isn't like a safety window. This is just like a window, like a front window, so it doesn't actually like open because there's no fire escape or anything on the other side. So you're kind of just like leaning up against the window, kind of looking up down the side, and it could be like a residential building or something with a light, or honestly, it could also just be another lamppost like on the opposite side of a building that's kind of shining through.
Okay.
You can't be sure.
okay, I got to get out of here.
Give me a mind observation check, by the way.
No. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
Oh my
Mayhaps. 2
goodness.
successes.
Max on both dice.
Fuck's sake, Midge. Where was this last week?
Where was this last week? Could have had a climactic like gunfight at the part of the session, but no. Jack had to be.
You had
Jack
to
had
be
to be
shit.
had to be knocked out and trucked out to the boonies.
This is fun.
It is, probably not for Midge.
No.
It's probably nerve-wracking for him. You see, you are.
The cheerful jazz is just
I-
making my stress levels go.
Yeah, you sit for a second. Actually, funny you should say that. Like you're thinking, okay, I gotta get out of here. But right before you like pull back to like look for another avenue of escape, you see ground floor. There is a car. There are 2 figures leaning against the car.
Fuck.
You can't make them out because they're the shadows and the light don't really illuminate them. But you do hear faintly some light jazz music playing.
Do either of these
from-
people have antlers, or do I recognize them?
That's 2 successes. You definitely one of them has has antlers.
One has antlers, and is the other one a hyena, or whatever he was?
Coyote.
Coyote.
The other one, I can say that no distinctive features. Shorter.
Fuck. Great. Lovely.
Code antler.
Back of this building. Back of this building. So, this being a firehouse would naturally be relatively fire safe in terms of the fact that they've probably got multiple stairwells, maybe.
It's the 20s, man.
True.
It's the
Most fire
20s.
stations back in the 20s were made out of wood.
Ah.
To be fair, that wasn't unique among buildings. But, yeah,
Okay, I'm.
Fire safety was more concerned with putting the fire out after it started.
yeah, it was about containing spread. Also, famously, fire departments at this time only actually had very limited stairs, which is why the fire pole was common, so that a large amount of people could get down quickly
Anders
not
is about
going-
to work the pole.
by not going through a stairway, which
Right.
famously they usually
Fireman's-
only had one
Fireman's
of.
pole plus a concussion is going to go down swimmingly. Well, there must
Oh,
I need to find a way out. Okay. Okay, seeing this, I'm going to go a little bit stealthier, but I don't have any rolls to stealth, so it doesn't matter.
Speed. And you have
Speed.
evasion.
Do I?
Yeah,
Thank you,
you have
yeah.
D4 in evasion.
Yeah,
Oh,
from
I,
being
no,
a
I have
tutor.
You have the exact same roll as you
That's
have
my
for the
mind
mind observation
observation.
checks.
He's screwed.
He's so screwed.
Fucking brilliant. I do have a D6 in athletics though. That's a bonus. Oh,
That's
yeah. Okay. Balls to the wall.
Jog.
That's the thing.
Jog
do,
them.
do I do I just try to out cardio them? Is that what?
That would be more endurance, I think, over athletics,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Because
This
it's
isn't a
long period of
zombie
time.
movie.
Yeah. If you
Might
just
as
keep
well be
running,
for
they
me.
can't catch you.
I saw that in like one of those 1920s cartoons.
Power walking away from the zombie horde.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I crouch for one thing, so they don't see me. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Meow.
And I'm gonna keep trying to find my way out, making mental note to try and get out the rear side of the building.
Try to get the rear side of the building. Just for context, well, I guess you could make the observation that you were looking out on the main street, so that would probably be the front of the buildings.
Yeah, and I was also thinking, like, okay, when I mean rear side, I mean whatever side they're not on.
They're not on. True. Okay, you start kind of double back, trying to find, because that was kind of like a blind hallway. You're definitely seeing like there's rooms where there'd probably be like the firefighters would sleep in.
Oh,
Kind of like to either side, like bunks. Go past the shower block again, and in the complete opposite direction that you initially went in, you find a stairwell.
lovely. Down the stairs then.
Start going down the stairs, and you're on the second floor now. You could Do you want to just go all the way down to the ground floor?
Yeah. I think I do.
Okay.
I think my best bet is to just try and go.
Just try and go. Okay. Oh, actually, that'd be the 1920s. A central staircase probably wouldn't actually be there. Now I'm thinking about it. Because if I'm thinking about building design in that time, it would have been a staircase to the second floor, then the layout, a staircase to the third floor. Yeah, so actually, you would have to continue
Staircase
going.
to
I need to
the
go for the
next floor down would be
mountain
on the other side
Inside
of the same
building.
room.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So you got to go through. You got like, okay, I gotta get over on the other side. You start moving towards there. You do realize if you go there, you'll be going down to the ground floor on the side of the building that they're both on. So do you want to try? Do you want to go there, or do you want to try and find another way down?
I want to try and find another way down.
Okay. So you're going around. You're checking all the rooms at this point. You're just
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
door open, nothing there. Door open, nothing there. Door open. That's a mess hall. It's like that's where all the. It's like a big wide open room. Takes up a good part of the chunk of the floor. Keep going, and you find kind of midway in the floor there is kind of a carve out area where there are two holes, only one pole, other one is empty. And as to the sturdiness of this one pole, you do not know. A little rusted on the top bit.
Okay.
Definitely.
The floor below it, is that clear?
Give me a mind observation check, because it is dark down there.
Shitting fuck balls. Okay.
Oh,
Get another 6-4 again. That's good.
6,
Almost.
So, okay.
I was about to be like, Midge, you need to
Headache.
play wherever you are more often because
Panic.
your dice rolls, your feng shui is just better.
Kind of like look over the edge and look down, and it's hard to tell. It could be clear, it could not be. That could just be maybe the floor's not totally level anymore. And this is just set into the foundation, so it hasn't been affected too much, because you definitely see like a hole that goes deeper than the floor where the other one was at before. So it might be that the floor is a little uneven, or there could be things down there. At this point, you can't be sure. It's dark.
I'm going to take off my bathrobe
Okay.
and use that to grip the pole.
Okay.
Just so if it's rusty, I don't just get like lead paint
Super
wedged
tetanus.
in my hand. Yeah, and get super tetanus. Also, it will help me quietly go down the pole because it's probably silk.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking anyway. Sort of pat it, and I'm
Okay.
gonna try. I've got to try this.
Okay. All right. I just want you to roll mind dice for me just once. Just roll mind dice.
A mind dice.
Just one mind dice, please.
That's a 3.
Okay, you definitely do this. So, Jack, having no experience with going down poles and having a silk bathrobe, does not realize that the only reason that pole works is the inherent friction of the human skin against a bare metal pole. Therefore,
Right.
having silk basically means not only do you not slow yourself down or make it quieter, you immediately fall down almost at full speed as you let go. that was
But
the
no,
mind dice check.
Oh, my feet would still be not on the silk bathrobe. It was just on my hands, but
Most of it is your hands. That's how you control it down. I've gone down those before.
yeah, so have I. I was never any good.
Yeah, no, if you don't have control with your hand.
Gravity! How can you be bad at it?
so Jack, in a stressful situation, forgets about friction, and
Don't we all?
yeah,
Don't we
yeah,
all?
and decides this is smart. Goes down. I'm gonna need you to make a speed athletics check for me. Just speed athletics.
Yeah, this is poetic.
Very.
All right. Well, you've already failed.
Hey, one success. One success though.
Well, hey, it isn't. It is as bad as it could have been. So Jack, you go like, okay. You do that, and then wait on the pole and straight down.
But that exact sound effect too, just.
So we need a
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one of those whistles.
Oh, fuck me.
I believe that is a sound effect they have in here, but I can't find it. Off the top. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and find it. But yeah. Oh well.
He even could have climbed down. He's got climbing.
Oh, I've got
Never
climbing.
mind.
Does that count? Can I add my climbing dice? to
You
this?
the hand.
It's an innate skill for tigers. It's
Tigers, yeah.
It is an innate skill. It is climbing. This technically isn't climbing though. You're not.
This is
you're not-
falling with style.
This is
what it was
Yes,
is
but
climbing
if you were
but
to
falling
fall while
upwards.
climbing, you could use your climbing skill to get a better handhold, things like that.
True.
Whether
Go ahead
this
and roll
is
it.
falling with actually meant to be falling with gravity's help and things, and
Well,
you
I
decided
feel
to
like when the
remove
speed-
friction from
yeah.
the equation.
When the speed happened, I think he would have gone into trying to just hold on to the pole. I think.
Just full
Yeah.
cat mode. Just,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
The
cats
problem
always land
is-
to their feet.
Yeah. The problem is, I mean, go ahead and roll it. But the problem is when you're doing that, it's very hard to like quickly, with no
Seven.
like with like, it's very hard to quickly like get rid of something that's stopping you. Like it's because it's falling with you at the same speed. It falls at the same speed.
Gravity.
It's not as bad as it is, but you definitely still
Well,
fall.
okay, so yeah,
pretty
with the
hard.
climbing dice, just as a thing, it's all athletic checks to roll on rolls to climb or grab onto surfaces to avoid a fall. So
Avoid a fall.
it's worded as to avoid a
Nah.
fall. I am now avoiding a fall.
Yeah, you know, I get it. But yeah, you it's not as bad as it could have been. But you don't. It's the next best thing to a free fall down.
Yeah, okay.
When you hit the ground and oh hey, cool, this wasn't an uneven floor, that was debris at the bottom of the pole, and
You're not wearing any footwear. Oh.
wearing any footwear.
Oh.
I didn't design this to be a Saw film, but Midge is making me.
Oh, God.
And Jigsaw hasn't even gotten through with the explanation of what you're supposed to do yet, and the guy's already just like trying everything.
So, fuck it. So how many times does he get stabbed with the hepatitis needles?
Was that
The
comic?
beauty or escape. Wait,
It's a
where have you gone?
There's 100. You must drink 100 beers, but one of them is poison. Done. What? What do you mean? What do you mean done? I said done. Come and fight me, you tricycle riding bastard. It's just like it's like a comic. Oh, I gotta find that. I'm gonna link that in the meme chat. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, so you fall down. You fall down. It was mostly like old wooden crates
Okay.
and various other things that had been piled. So, you know, soft things. But they definitely made noise when you hit because they were old and dry, kind of rotted through. So it kind of like crash.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the ground now. That made noise. That wasn't as smart as you thought it was. It was going to be.
In the room I'm in is.
But
there
you're
a
on the ground
window?
floor. No.
Fuck.
What you are in right now is you are in an alcove. You're in an alcove, kind of facing the opposite way that the alcove you were originally going in. So you kind of like you go in one way and then you exit out the other. Kind of like, you know, go in through here, down, and then out the other. And in front of you is kind of like a wide open room. Concrete floor in front of you. In one corner, like there's a lot of old like crates and just like what looks to be like hoses that are rolled up and everything. This looks to be where the engines were stored.
Okay.
So you're in the garage, or I guess you're in the engine house, I think is what they called it
Yep.
back then. And the doors are closed.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
I
Rival, just go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please. It's befitting that you roll this. Okay.
11.
All right. 11's not good, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
It's not great.
Okay.
Not
So
terrible.
I'm in the engine house. There's no fire engine in here, is there?
No, it's empty. Like there's the what's left of, because the fire engine is worth something, so they would have gotten rid of that. That would have been reused. But like old hoses and just kind of like maintenance supplies and things that they had sitting around just kind of have been piled up and have been left.
Okay.
Make a mind observation check, please.
Ha. One success.
One success. Okay.
I want to
All
try
right.
and like Jack's gonna try and find somewhere to hide as soon as possible.
Okay.
He knows he's made noise. He knows he's fucked up. So he wants to like be in a position where he can't. He thinks he can't be seen right away.
Okay. All right. Well, you definitely think you can have time for that with that roll. So, go ahead and make a speed evasion check for me, please.
Oh, sorry. I think I hit speed twice there. Oh, no.
Nope,
that's
just
cool.
once.
Speed. 5 and a 3. So one success, one tie.
Okay. Cool.
It's a lot of dice.
Oh, that face Roach just made is either really good or really bad. For both of us. Well, for, you know what I'm saying here. Really good for really
So,
bad ones.
so Jack, you head over towards one corner where you see a large stack of what looks to be old, like maybe like paint cans and like there's a lot of
Yeah,
old paint
cool.
cans and
A lot of things that
like
make noise. Yeah, cool.
a lot of things that make noise, but a lot of solid objects between that are kind of stacked up. You find a little kind of place to go into, and you kind of wiggle your way in there, like touching a couple of the cans a little bit,
Sure.
but none of them fall over. And with a double 1 on their check, on a
That's a fail.
D8
That's
and a
critical
D6.
fail.
It's a critical fail, yes. That's what I said. It was a D8 and a D6 that they had to roll, and that was 2 1s.
Snake eyes.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
See what I said? When I was saying the fucking dice have been saving you more than you've been saving yourselves.
Fuck you, sir.
Excuse me, it's team
We had a
stealth
good
is the-
plan, thank you very much.
It's true, but the dice did also help you
And
immensely.
So
Team Bruiser did really well. Fuck you.
None of
To-
this
to
that
be-
I'm
to be
doing right
fair.
now is planned. It's all on the dice. Everything is on the dice.
Yeah, like
To
if you're
be
like
fair.
Andrews would be dead if not for the dice rolls.
But
I'd
no,
agree with you.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing as well. All of the Andrew stuff before this was also down to dice. I didn't see shit
Oh,
because of
100%.
the dice. So
Yeah,
it's like it's
exactly.
almost like the dice is writing this for us, which is one of the unique features of the urban jungle system. Anyway,
And to be fair, we are
Don't
playing.
GM this if you're not good at being doing improv. It requires
Sorry,
it.
yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
What was that, Utari?
It's a dice game. We had a good plan, but this is at the end of the day a dice game. So yes, the dice in our case, we kind of had to go through that process. So I still say team stealth is an exception here.
So, with my observation, do I hear them like enter the building because they heard me and just not see me?
Oh, no, you didn't hear them coming in. They just appear because you rolled badly on the observation check for that. You just got
Okay.
lucky. You've just gotten very lucky
what
that
I'm
they
saying
rolled
is
poorly.
I know that they've come inside.
Oh, at this point, yes, they just kind of appear. like through a doorway that you didn't notice because it was kind of like a blind doorway that was hidden to you. And you see two individuals walk into the room. One of them has a long gun, and the other one has has something in their right hand. It's probably a gun. They're looking around. Just kind of, one of them goes over towards the one with the pistol, goes over towards the pole, looks down at all the debris, and the robe, silk robe that's that's on the ground. That. He's awake. Really? You think so? Yeah, I realized it as soon as I said it.
Like how Freddy's still getting shit.
Quiet. Okay. You go to the back. I'll stay out front. Keep an eye for anything. Keep an ear out for any noise. Looking around.
Question,
It's that
Roach.
thing where... Yeah.
Do either of them get close enough to me? You said I'm hiding behind a tower of
Do
paint cans.
nothing. You hear Roman's voice in your head saying, "Do
Well, no, well,
nothing."
Specifically,
Midge, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
specifically the one with the
Oh,
antlers close
Rival.
to me would be amazing.
Rival,
'cause
Rival, I agree with you on this, but unfortunately, you're not here.
But unfortunately, it's
That's-
Midge
that's a
playing
6.
Andrews.
The
That's a
words left
That's a
his mouth.
6.
Okay, well here's the thing. It's just like
one
it's-
of them does get pretty close to you. It's one with the pistol.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. He's like, it's like, clench tighter. Kill Freddy or die trying.
Kill Freddy
That's
or
my
die
job.
trying.
Excuse you.
All right, and you, Freddy, who you assume you now realize that that's the voice. You hear Freddy, go and walk towards. It's probably the back of the building, and the one with the antlers stays in the room for a minute or two. Slowly walks back the way he came through the door, and you hear maybe towards the front door of the building.
Right.
What does Jack do?
He's starting to get a cramp in his leg. You know, he's been in the space for a while now. He's like, Charlie horse.
It's not comfortable.
No. Okay, I need to leave my hiding spot. I've got to go back into the building away from the front door. I cannot.
You go for the
take-
back door. It's a better chance.
I
That's Freddy.
cannot. Yeah, Freddy is the better chance than frickin' Antlers McGee trained by Roman with a long gun.
This is a fair assessment.
So I need. Right. Can I take one of these paint cans? Are the paint cans full?
Some are, some aren't.
Is there one that I can, take?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and creep back into the fire station with a can of paint.
Okay. can of paint and a blackjack. Just like white tiger.
Oh, yeah. I
With
don't know
one
how I
shoe.
got the blackjack down when I came down the fire escape.
I'm
so
assuming it was like tucked into like your like,
pajamas. Okay.
yeah. It's a piece of wood.
Yeah.
It'll survive.
And I'm going to try and get to the back of the building. Has Freddy gone upstairs?
You don't know.
Okay.
Make a mind observation check. Technically, I was using your previous one as a guide there, but I'll let you make another check.
Fuck. Fuck.
You're not sure where he went. You know he went towards the back of the building. Whether he went upstairs or to the back door, you're not sure. Though, I will say you're not an idiot. You do remember the reason you didn't go down the stairs to the bottom floor was the fact that the stairs to
They're
the
at
second
front of
floor
the building.
were on the front of the building.
Okay. Okay.
What do you want to do?
I want to.
I'm gonna start rolling dice if you don't.
I am gonna try and. I am going to try. Yeah, I've got to try and move to the back of the building. I'm gonna try and. And if I hear a room where Freddy's in, I want to wait by the door and I want to ambush him as he comes through the door. But with my observation, I don't hear him.
Start going through the. You start going through the building towards the back.
I specifically want to twat him with a paint can.
Okay. Right. So you start going back, checking the rooms, listening. Going to another room, looking through, doing all this, being very methodical about it. Takes a while.
Although if I found a door out first, I'm going for that.
Yeah, no, I know. As you go, you get to a hallway, and it's a dark hallway. Kind of look down it, like through a doorway that leads into, and what you see is it goes for about 10 feet, tile on the floor, and you see a half-open door that looks to go outside, with a little bit of moonlight shining in through it. And a shadow cast across the door.
Are they like looking? From what I can tell, are they looking out of it, or are they like? Have they just like?
Make a mind observation check.
Fuck. I also, yeah, with this, can I also have a quick like look behind me?
Sure.
What
We'll see what the check
shoulder
makes.
check. Just
One success, one tie.
It's definitely moving, so you know it's a person. It's
Okay.
not. It's not just like a dummy or something like that.
Cool.
But as to where they're looking, it's hard to tell with just a shadow. Because you don't have context of how far away they are from the door and a whole bunch of other
Okay,
things.
and
It's
if I
kinda
look behind my shoulder quickly, is there?
It's just the room you came in.
Okay. I'm gonna wait here and try to ambush them if they come back through this
Okay.
doorway.
All right.
And then I'm gonna bolt for that door. For this, do that.
How long do you wait?
$30 seconds. No, enough that okay. If I don't hear them moving, like footsteps on the floor for a while, at all, I'm obviously not gonna stay there.
Okay. In the 30 seconds that you're there, you see them kind of like shifting around, kind of looking like the head's kind of moving, like as if they're kind of like looking around, but they're just kind of standing there. See him
Okay.
go for a cigarette,
Behind me.
trying to light a match. Throwing it out, trying to get another one going.
Trying to light a match.
Yeah, trying to get a match going. That one doesn't work.
Okay.
Gets one
How
going
long's
finally.
this corridor?
About 10 feet.
Oh shit! I can try and rush that.
kinda-
Wait, no, they get a counter in combat in this game if they've got a pistol and they hear me, because pistol is short
Gonna-
range.
What are you doing? He's bringing light.
Okay,
Match is lit
I'm
now. Now
taking
he's bringing up
the
cigarette.
the thing from above my head,
Yep.
throwing it behind me, in a different room. I'm gonna try and make a noise in a different room. Draw them this way.
Throwing a paint can in a room. Okay, then I need you to make a mind deceit check.
Oh, okay. I'm good at deceit.
You don't have any gifts that will apply to
You're
this,
a-
do you, by chance?
Never
You're a
say that.
politician.
True. You don't have a gift that might apply to this, no?
Well, that's 2 successes,
All right.
and then I'm blackjack at the ready at the
Alright.
corner of this door.
Okay. So you over cigarette, take a snap decision, take the can and just whack it across the like down the opposite end of the hallway. It just kind of soars, kind of catches on the ceiling a little bit before it finally like skips and and it hits a stack of what looked to be like filing cabinets that were stacked against one of the walls, and it just kind of like crashed down. Kind of crashes in, and you look back. You kind of like get back,
Yep.
blackjack up, and you hear like down the hall, "What the hell?" Start hearing walking down the hallway. You see a shadow cast from the moonlight on the opposite side from outside. A shadow cast long against the wall. Gun out. Starts walking down. It's Freddy's bad at his job, so I want to see how much he will pursue this, or when he will get scared and not want to go forward. So what you want is a high number.
Okay.
Freddy keeps going. It's an 11, so just barely. Pistol out, looking. Kind of half steps. And you just barely see his head come into view. Do you hit him or do you let him go by?
I think I've got the better chance if I hit him, honestly. I'm not sneaky and I can't outrun a gun. You can't.
You can't outrun 38 special.
You can outrun a knife, you can't outrun a gun. So I think I'm better off trying to knock him out. I think, yeah, I've got to hit him.
Okay. You bring it down. I'm going to say it's probably your pummel.
Okay.
Would be-
I double check if there is a thing for... Okay.
I think pummel works.
Pummel will work, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Don't forget to add your will dice to that because it's a blackjack.
Yeah, add your will to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's...
And it's sneak
and-
attack, so
well,
maybe?
I don't have a sneak attack die. It's not in my background
two.
too. So,
So you got. So that's 2. He gets split second before it hits, he sees the movement and he starts bringing the pistol around. But right as he starts bringing the pistol around, just the chair that they had you bound up, the piece of the chair that they bound you up on to, comes straight down and cracks right across his muzzle, just straight there. You hear a crunch, and he just immediately like goes down. He like jerks a little bit, and the pistol goes careening down the hallway, just kind of like skips across the smooth tile deeper into the building. He's still conscious. He's just really badly hurt, and he's like he's coming back up, and he's starting to go for the gun.
Yeah, no, I'm going for a second hit. Just
Go with a second.
Stay the fuck down.
You're a fucking monster. Go ahead. He's gonna
Jack
get
got
a
a
better
taste for
roll
blood.
against, but yeah, go ahead.
Jack got a taste for blood on the gambling boat, and now he has to sate it.
Make another attack roll. Make another roll.
And don't forget your
Yeah,
geese, your abilities. Tres successes. This
3
time.
successes. That is
Okay.
a damage
Maximum out of
too.
4. Nice.
Well, he gets a better return here, but I don't think he physically can. Got 2 7s though.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
Got 2 7s, which means he beat your 6 and your 4, but
Not
your
great.
8,
But, yeah.
not your 8. So
so 3
it
more
gets
damage.
so he starts going. He starts going, and he's trying to like get out of the way, and he's just like kind of crawling back, backwards down the hall towards the hallway.
Stayed
And so
working
you're like,
for me, you rat
bring,
bastard.
you bring it down again,
Smart prick.
and there's another crack, and he uses his injury soak on there, so he's now out of soaks. But so he's really badly injured. He's panicked, and he's kind of like going backwards, but you can still see he's going towards the gun. It's about maybe 6 feet away from him at this point, and he's starting to go. And as you're coming towards him, we're in combat now.
Yep.
Run.
So that's happened. You just attacked. He's making that movement. Hold on.
Gotta see if Muldoon hears.
Well, I already know that. I'm just seeing where. I'm seeing something. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So, because it wasn't a very high DC for him, you kind of like reset for another strike. You look up and you see lit from behind, dim
Oh, no.
red light. There is a tall antlered figure, who starts bringing up a rifle.
Ah, no. Okay.
He's taking the aim action and yells out, "Put it down or die."
I drop the chair leg.
Okay, you take your action and hands start going up and toss the chair leg out forward. Freddy keeps going backwards, and he's like trying to fumble for the pistol, and he finally gets it. He's like very like sausage fingery at this point, as he's like bleeding from his muzzle. He's definitely got like some teeth missing, as you just like pummeled him with a chair leg twice. you're very strong. But he's still on the ground, and he's just kind of like dazed. And Muldoon, hold on, actually. You want a high number. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
It's a 20, isn't it? Oh my goodness, it is.
It's a natural 20.
It's a
Okay.
natty 20.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen next.
You son of a bitch. You
The
son of
dice
a
really
bitch.
are saving you on this one, huh?
Son of a bitch. So, what happens? Is in Muldoon's turn. He's got the rifle. He's aimed it. He said, "Put it down or die." You've put it down. Like, there's a split second where he brings the gun down, looks at you. He smiles. He goes, "That makes this a lot easier." Brings the rifle up. And before he shoots, you hear a gunshot from behind you. That's why I'm saying you're fucking lucky. You're fucking
For something,
lucky.
isn't it? 100%.
You're fucking lucky. A gunshot rings out from behind you, and you see Muldoon jerk. Rifle goes down slightly, looks down, and there's just a red growing patch over his heart.
Did-
Over his heart.
Did the
And
did
he looks up over. He looks to you, but you can see he's not looking towards you. He looks past your shoulder. He's confused before he starts going down.
Freddy's still butt fingering the gun? I'm kicking it away from him before anything happens.
Yeah. You kick Freddy. It doesn't matter. He has no soaks left. You immediately knock him out.
And then I'd look to whoever's next to me.
You look. Fucking. I swear to God.
It's Gale, isn't it? 100% it's Gale.
I swear to God, you see.
An armadillo lady.
Detective.
Oh. I was gonna say an old armadillo lady.
You see Detective Earl Gill.
Gale.
The Detective Earl Gill, a small ferret, lit from behind with blue light of the moon, in a perfect 1950s cop firing pose, like the
Gun
cop
still
from
smoking.
Die Hard,
Yeah.
like cop from Die Hard, just like straight through down the hallway. Smoking gun,
smoking.
long barrel 38 in front of him.
Gil, I've been trying to reach you for weeks.
I just got your message. Credits.
Spot on.
Jack hugs the
Post-credit
police
scenes.
officer.
Oh.
Boy, do I have a story for you.
Please put some clothes on.
And just takes the pistol, goes, I got a squad car with a few uniforms a couple of blocks away. I didn't want to give him any reason. Looks like I got here just in time.
I'd say you did.
I think we're gonna have a long conversation.
I do too. I've got a lot to fill you in on.
All right. So. There's a couple of ways I could have gone, and that was
Poetic.
cinematic of them. That was the most poetic of them. Also, the most noir type, poorly written noir film. Just the Deus Ex Machina, the cop shows up at the end.
Brilliantly written. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Brilliantly written,
So here's the plan for that. So basically, the night kind of ends with the Alderman being kind of taken in, not in custody, but kind of like protection by the Organized Crime Division. You're able to eventually get a call to your friend Mayhew to go ahead and inform your crew that you're fine, or at least you're no worse for wear, overly so. say you're
And
a
now
couple
having
hours out of
rational fear
town.
of fire stations.
Yeah. You're a couple hours out of town. You'll be there in a day or two. Just take the papers that you made, fill in what you need to fill in, give it to who needs to get them.
Everything's in the locked safe in my office.
Yeah. Everything's ready. Everyone else, before that happens, you meet up in your predetermined meet locations. You call, don't get a reply to the phone call, and when you arrive at the Alderman's house, you find one of the windows open. You find a little struggle up on the top floor, but because of the way the timing works on this, you actually are not in the dark for too long because the Alderman was able to get official help and a basically direct line to somebody that could inform you of what's going on very quickly, instead of having you worry for the rest of the night as he ran through cornfields back to the city, which was an option.
I was very prepared.
Yeah.
Turn up like freaking, what's it called, Guns Akimbo in a bathrobe.
Yeah. But you
Very Daniel
basically-
Radcliffe.
Yeah. Great
you
movie.
you find yourselves informed of what's going on. You go ahead and you follow the orders of the Alderman. You get everything prepared. You have a lot of information. You have a picture that you immediately get to, because you have the equipment for it, immediately get to developing. And because it was you have like guides for it and everything, it's not too hard. Also, yeah, Mayhew knows how to develop a photo. He just rolled fairly high on that roll. So
I
if
was
you
a
ask,
photography major before I went into tailoring.
essentially, yeah. He's good at everything else
He's
but being a
very
mobster.
artistic.
He's good at being everything else but a mobster. It's just the
Just so
problem is the
happened
fact that
was the career path
that he's a mobster is the problem. He'd be very
he was a
successful otherwise.
photographer or a tailor, he'd be fine.
But you develop the photo and you got amazing, actually very, very artistically lit photo, because you took it right at the second that the fireball from the exploding ship also lit them from a slightly different angle as the flashbulb. So you actually had like nice like lighting across them, so it's perfect. You can see them totally, that the mayor is shaking hands with Mr. Turner, a leader of a famous gang and a mobster that has actively been tied to like murdering people lately and taking over like large stretches of the city.
And now
you have a recording. 2 attacks on an innocent alderman who has been providing information directly to the police for the last little while, and to the papers, which now also have a recording, which other recordings are made soon after, of a clandestine meeting between the mayor and Turner about about deals and potentially shifting members of the Turner gang to Texas for some reason to set up something, and just a whole scandal comes about. The detective offers the Alderman and all of you an option. He wants to take down the big fish. You cooperate with him, and he won't look into too deeply why you were there and the various places you were at the time.
And the potential fireball.
Jack.
What's the other option?
To,
I'm curious.
He takes us
The other-
down as well. We've given
The other option is there are charges.
That's fair.
I
yeah, all right, that's
am-
an
The
easy
thing
option.
is, it's the wheel rights.
He doesn't have. He says he's not going to look into you. He doesn't care.
I will help
If he can
you
take
bring down
down-
the mayor.
If he can, he wants to take down the big fish. He wants to take down the source of corruption in the city right now.
Yep, that is.
He wants to
That's-
pin the tail on the bull.
He wants a He wants a foolproof case with the mayor before he goes to the DA.
Well, as
And he
my
needs
current,
testimonies.
my current
Oh, okay, fair enough. I don't see why not. The boss
yeah,
is going to do it anyway.
my current like objective is get vengeance on the Turner gang. So,
You succeed. You immediately succeed on that. Roman, soon after, like very soon afterwards, you were informed that the individual you helped train, but also trained you, kind of like a co-train, like you grew up together in this business, like you came up in this business together. Patrick Muldoon, was killed by a random detective by a Deus Ex Machina in the middle of the night in a dilapidated fire station in the boonies. No other way it could have ended, honestly.
I asked my boss, like, was anyone watching him?
I kind of I bundled myself faster into that police car than ever, so I have no idea if he's alive or not.
What you reported is that he was shot in the chest.
Not him. Was anyone watching the Alderman when he was in captivity?
Oh yeah, he was in a protection when he's in there. Like the detective wasn't there all the time, but he had a couple of uniforms with him.
Was Muldoon or anyone working for Muldoon watching the Alderman when he was in captivity?
Oh, you mean? I'm not sure I understand what you're specifically what you're asking. Captivity is when he was knocked out.
Yes.
Or
like,
no.
you know, when he came to, was there anyone watching him?
No.
I'm asking him that question. In which case, it's his own fault. He should have had someone watching you at all times. That's what I would have done.
I mean, he got to knock out Freddy, so I'm jealous.
I'm glad the Anto figured out the irony of Patrick Muldoon's arc.
He died at a fire station after getting set on fire. Yeah, that's.
I got that.
It's poetic, is what we call it.
Yeah.
So you learned that, Roman. Everybody is offered a clean slate, as it were, for return testimony to the DA when the case is brought up. It doesn't take long.
Surprising.
It doesn't take very long at all, because it's a very hot case, and you can't keep this quiet for long, especially given the fact that Gil wasn't using uniforms from Tricogha when he picked up the Alderman, which means he's in a different jurisdiction, which means there were multiple jurisdiction issues and everything.
Which means
so
there's a Fed
it's
case.
not the
That's the FBI getting involved.
Yeah, it's not a clean case in terms of that, but it's strong enough that let's just say there's not a lot the mayor can do in his position, even though he's still the mayor during the persecution, to stop this. Very soon after, as well, the Mr. Turner is taken in custody for a lot of crimes that can directly be pinned on him, which is mostly all related to this. Everything else is hearsay, so they can't really.
The attempted murder of me is a good
Yeah,
one.
basically that's the only thing they got him on, but it's something. It didn't take long for the IRS to also kind of look into some of his financials. You got that.
Go taxes.
Yeah, go taxes. Go IRS. Taking down mobsters. But yeah, in the immediate aftermath, in the immediate couple of weeks after this night, the wheelwrights don't really come a calling. Mayhew is the only contact you really have, and he just things are too hot. Let it cool off.
I'm gonna
That big of a
announce
deal.
my campaign for mayor.
There, yeah, announce that. And just it gets quiet. It starts getting a little quiet around the Alderman's house, which I'm assuming has now been reinforced threefold, as has been broken into multiple times within 2 weeks of it.
Surprised I haven't moved.
No. It's good defensible position. Just needs taken care of. By the way, there's a lot of construction going to be going on for the next few months.
Which are worked on. And
Roman's getting his shoulder fixed up.
getting his shoulder fixed up. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Roman has to have his shoulder looked at by the family doctor.
No, it's all right. I know a nurse.
He probably does, to be fair.
That's true.
She's a dog.
Oh,
She's very good with her hands.
There's
understandable.
all this gets worked out, and essentially, for the next 4 or 5 months, you're all tied down with this case. You're all tied. You've got to be in. You've got to be in town. You've got to kind of keep your noses clean. You can't really do too much. You just got to be nearby. Every so often, you'll be called into a department.
Definitely can't go to France anytime soon. Then.
No.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months. You're kind of stuck. But eventually, 5 months later, a verdict is handed out. The mayor has been charged and found guilty of corruption, embezzling money, attempted murder, insurance fraud, various other
Parking.
amounts. A large amount. Yeah,
32
that's just
parking
within
fines.
and that's just within the city. He's also then taken into custody by the federal government for crimes across state lines, because he's also extortion in Texas and various other issues with property owners down there. The intent of manufacture and selling of large amounts of alcohol on an industrial scale, the shipping of alcohol across state lines, and the preparing of infrastructure for that. Just a whole bunch of things have come out, like documents are taken back. Apparently, a whole bunch of planes were bought nearby that collection of towns. A new little airstrip was made, and things were going to be flying into the brand new airport that he helped finance and get off the ground. A lot of crimes that he's found guilty of. And the deputy mayor takes over for a while. At that point, the campaign starts up. And at that point, you're all now free to do what you need to do to kind of not be involved in this situation, which is not new for a lot of you, because this has only taken place over about 2 months. This whole situation happened, but changed a lot. You got to know each other. You all have homes now, or at least some form of them, or you're in a better spot than you were before. Some of you are much richer than you were before, others poorer.
emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes financially, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah. Alderman, you have great stories to tell. Papers love it. You were front page for a long time. Larence, you've got a fairly steady job if you want to keep it. Protecting the Alderman, being security. Same with Roman. Harry, you're on payroll for the Alderman, but you don't necessarily have a job, per se.
Everybody needs a good tea leaf.
Under the official, it's groundskeeper for
Yeah.
the property.
Yeah, and the groundskeeper.
Gardener.
The gardener.
Gardener.
Hey, you need some weeds dug out.
Gardeners make the best heroes.
Exactly.
They do.
I was actually, well, Roman was thinking that Harry might make a good point of contact for any informants on the street.
If you want
Well,
to
you've
stay in
got a
the...
new political enemy in your campaign. I might be able to source some rumours about them that may have some paper trails, let's just say.
And Lena, you are officially the assistant to the Alderman. if you want to keep the job. Technically, you've only been on the job for like 3 weeks. But by the end of this whole situation, you've all been kind of living in your current situation for about 5-6 months. So you've gotten settled in a little bit. But my question is, since do we want to do a slightly longer session and get through the epilogues, or do we want to do the epilogues in a short session next week? Is the question.
I kind of need to go to bed.
Okay. So we'll do the epilogues for the characters next week, and the official end. Well, I guess technically we are at the end of the story, but not the end of the character's story for this game. So we'll see how the characters end next week.
Okay.
Which will probably be like a halftime session or something like that, because it's not going to take full.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we can have a post-game set talk about the game or something.
yeah, so I guess all that's left for us to do tonight is to say, well, first of all, thank you to Commissar Roach for DMing and writing this campaign. We are at the end of the story. This is the penultimate episode. We've just got the wrap-up to do, as I've been saying, and oh boy, was it hairy at the end there, at least for me. I'm sorry for anyone else who had to just sit through me trouncing around a fire station for half an hour. Yeah. Just thank you again, Roach, for giving us yet another awesome
Thanks, Roach.
campaign to play. You can find him at youtube.com/Commissar Roach. You can also see him stream there now, every now and then. He's been doing hobby streams, which have been absolutely brilliant. He's got a whole hobby set up. So if you like Roach for his GMing, DMing sort of things, you'll love his hobby work as well. So do definitely go and check that out. I've also been joined by the wonderful Surelyonlymikey and UtariOnzo. You can get them at their various Twitches of those names, and also the dynamic duo that is Red Moogle and RivalZoneGaming from the fantastic RivalZoneGaming. You can catch them on both YouTube and Twitch at that name. Awesome content I think every day of the week, isn't it? Pretty much in terms of video content or live stream content. You're muted, my buddy. Oh well, cool, love it. I'm glad I can kind of read. And I've been Midgeman. This has been the Component Cast, and we will see you next time. Bye bye now.
Oh.
Bye.